Hello Eternal Life fans, it's Rowan from the Eternal Life Fan Club. I'm very excited to announce that my first documentary is finished. I worked on this with my brother. It's about Lyme disease. You can go to postlyme.com to get a link for the documentary, or you have to put your email in there, and you get to watch the documentary for free. And I've watched a lot of documentaries about Lyme disease, and this is the most comprehensive one that really gets into it, and it exposes some things that these other documentaries will not talk about, such as that cases of Alzheimer's in many cases are actually Lyme disease. STDs, okay? Lyme disease can actually be sexually transmitted. Of course, we don't have all the information. There's not a lot of tests going on as far as we don't know how frequently Lyme disease is transmitted sexually, but it's just one of the things we talk a little bit about in this documentary. The point of this documentary was to show how easy it is to get Lyme disease, how hard it is to treat, and just kind of like warn people, put a warning out there. This is a very serious disease. You get one tick bite and that's it. And there's common misinformation that we correct. Like there's a lot of misinformation that says the tick has to be biting you for like 24 hours before you can get the disease, but that's not true. We interviewed people who the tick is on them for like 2 hours, 7 hours. These are things where you can get Lyme disease from just a quick little tick bite, and no one knows how long the tick has to be on you for it to actually transmit the disease. So we're trying to really kind of scare people, put the fear of Lyme disease into them, that's showing how serious this is. And so if you could spread this around to your friends and anyone who, especially people who are in like Lyme disease hot spots where Lyme disease is very prevalent, the ticks have Lyme disease, such as many places on the east coast of America. But Lyme disease is a worldwide thing. This is a huge problem, so we just want to spread some awareness. And I look forward to making more documentaries in the future, but the link is in the description. Go check it out. And yes, I think you will enjoy it. Thank you, and may you live forever.
The medical profession does not want to admit that there is such a thing as chronic Lyme.
I really thought that because I never had a bullseye rash and because I never found a tick on me, that there was no way I could possibly have Lyme disease.
These pathogens, they'll present as over 300 different disorders.
ADHD, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, all those things. It could really be an underlying infection.
Anything that can bite and transmit blood is capable of transmitting the infections.
For them to say like, oh, you can't get Lyme from a mosquito or a spider or anything else that bites like that, I don't believe it.
It was confirmed she had Lyme disease, but it was too late. It did permanent damage, and she ended up dying just this past 2 months.
So I got to the point where I could not sleep really at all. I was sleeping between 0 and 4 hours a night.
You should wake up refreshed. Well, I wake up and I honestly felt like a truck hit me.
It felt like I was getting old fast. I knew that I wasn't old enough to be feeling as tired as I was all the time.
I have the energy of an 80-year-old man sometimes, it feels like.
The symptoms did get worse. Everything started to go downhill.
I wanted to end it all, but a person can only take so much.
It's in all 50 states. It's in over 60 countries worldwide.
I've had almost 10 panels done now of 22 blood draws each time. It's depleted me of all my extra money that I've ever had.
I'm spending probably $500 to $600 a month on supplements.
I lost my job, so we lost our house.
The most skeptical people I've run into were physicians.
But they'll crawl on a crevice like this and live there.
So I bet a lot of gardeners get Lyme then.
Oh yeah.
We want to bring awareness to our community so that people don't suffer like we did,
Pennsylvania is #1 in cases of Lyme disease and has been for 6 years.
The Amish, there's a healthy population of Amish here. Some of them have it. It's an epidemic.
So they told him, you don't have Lyme disease. He got lupus, and then he got ALS, was in a wheelchair, and then he died. And he was young. And he told his mom, I think it was Lyme disease.
They didn't care. Like, they got bit by a tick, pulled it out of them, and didn't even go get checked. Like, didn't even get tested because they don't even think it's a big deal. And
They did studies where they've taken 10 brains from Alzheimer patients, and they found out that 9 out of the 10 had Lyme disease.
But unfortunately, what my doctor thinks has happened is it has progressed to my brain.
Most people are told that Lyme is hard to get and easy to treat, and really it's the opposite. It's easy to get and it's hard to treat.
Treating Lyme is not easy, but living with Lyme is even harder.
My hips were starting to lock up. Pain was getting more intense. I was just ready. I was ready to end it.